So hitting 10K a month is most people's first goal with any sort of agency or online business. And recently I crossed that $10,000 per month in MRR for my content agency. However, now I am completely restructuring my offer, and I'm going to break down why just in this video. So when you're starting out, 10K a month kind of feels like everybody's dream. But when I actually hit 10K a month, I realized that I was doing custom work for every client. I realized that I was doing more hours, and I couldn't scale because I was stuck working on the business instead of in the business. So essentially I was handling the filming. I had editors at this point, the filming, the acquisition, and the systems. And then obviously if I'm only making 10K a month, I don't know a lot. So worry about like actually learning how to do everything and getting results. So there's a lot of things that you can see that you have to worry about when you're working for all these different industries. So my issue was I didn't necessarily have a business. I had a bunch of different jobs. I had 5 or 6 clients at this point. So I essentially had as many jobs as I did clients. They were all in different industries. I worked with restaurants. I worked with realtors. I worked with construction companies. I worked with gyms. Pretty much everybody that wanted to work with me, I said yes to. So saying yes to everyone will literally kill your business. It is not what you should be doing. And the problem that I had, it wasn't the clients being difficult. It wasn't the work itself. It was the actual offer that I was giving to my clients and the niche that I chose to work in. So previously, most of my outreach was done to construction companies. And the issue with that is that you want to price your agency based on ROI instead of views. And that's a pretty common topic now. Say these are all reels and somebody sees a reel for a construction company, we're saying. If they see a reel for a construction company, what's the next thing that happens? They are not going to go in and just buy a house. Like nobody's seeing a reel on Instagram and then going to buy a house or hire a contractor. The next thing that they're going to do is go talk to their friend. Maybe they mention them. And then maybe that happens again. And then maybe they see like a yard sign. And then maybe they call. And then they go in and make their purchase. In no way can you track the whole journey since it's not all digital. You can't track when they talk to their friends or when they see a yard sign. Or, I mean, you can kind of track when they call, but it's very hard. And this revenue, none of this revenue is actually getting attributed back to this reel because the reel is just first point and it should be attributed, but it's really, really hard to track that. So you can't really go in and charge for ROI. Restaurants, you have the same thing. You have the same issue where somebody's going to see a reel and now they might go in to see. You can track through intake form, but that's leaving a lot in the hands of the customers of the restaurant to actually pay you if you're getting paid based on a revenue share. And it's really just not that consistent of a business model. So who I'm targeting now is actually gyms with high ticket offers. So gyms with high ticket offers, talking greater than 1K. So I'm essentially going in and trying to get them more high ticket clients, and then I can take a revenue share of the clients that I get them. And what I would say for you or anyone who has an agency is you need a productized offer that is 1, clear, 2, scalable, and 3 should be results focused, not deliverables. So you shouldn't be making a different offer for every single industry because that's not going to work and you're going to have to keep remapping your offer. You should not make an offer that you can't scale and you're working, still getting paid for your time. And you should not make an offer that is focused on deliverables because at the end of the day, you can't retain clients if you're just focused on deliverables. I'm going to make kind of a quick 2-column table here, breaking down like the difference, but essentially Here you have a custom offer, which is not what we want to do. And then over here, we'll look at a productized. So for the custom offer, it's random deliverables. It is inconsistent income. And you become the bottleneck of your own business because you're getting paid for your time rather than your services. And then in the productized offer, this one has a fixed scope. So you're giving a certain amount of deliverables per client, and it's somewhat fixed. So you're doing a similar offer for each client. This allows you to have a predictable revenue. And you can leverage this to actually go and scale your business. So you can go in, actually take this offer, do more outreach to the companies and the businesses in your niche, and then take this productized offer and go on and scale to 50K a month and beyond, which is what I'm showing you doing on this channel. So right now I'm in the process of taking my offer from here and going over to here. So the reason why I'm changing now after hitting 10K a month, was just because I didn't realize that I was making a mistake when I was actually targeting all these niches. But I'm grateful that I did because I learned a ton about sales and how to actually structure a business. But what I want is fewer clients to have to worry about. I want predictable revenue. And I want freedom to work on the business instead of in the business. Instead of in, so by in the business, I mean doing like fulfillment, like filming and editing. So I want to be working on the business, whether that's client acquisition, taking sales calls, building out offers, things like that, as opposed to actually doing the client fulfillment, because it's pretty much impossible to scale if you're stuck doing fulfillment. So I'm just going to draw this like Venn diagram here. So this side, we're looking at freedom, which is this goal. Here, we're looking at scale. Oh, wait, that's here. And then here, we're looking at scale, which basically means more money. And in here, the similar like overlap here is making a new offer, because right now what I'm doing is just not scalable. I have clients in every different niche. I have to build out systems for them. I have to manage all the clients. It's not scalable. It's a pain in the ass. And that is why I'm making my new offer for gyms. So last section of this video is going to be what my offer actually is for these gyms that I'm going to go in and do outreach for. So the offer. So this offer is a gym growth system that mixes ads and organic content together to generate 30 to 50 leads per month for your gym. I'm not going to go into specific deliverables, but it's like 15 organic and 5 ad creatives. And then we build out a sales funnel. We build out the whole systems, and then we charge a retainer plus performance so that our goals are actually aligned with the gym. So that's the new offer. I am doing outreach just for the gym. I'm basically going to, in the next video, take you through my entire outreach system and how I'm actually outreaching to these gyms, what my process looks like, and how I'm actually going to land clients, because I don't have any right now. And I'm going to document everything right on this channel, so you'll be able to follow right along. I don't have a course to sell you or anything. So just follow along. If you're a gym and you're watching this and you're interested, just click the first link in the description. That'll be my landing page. But have a great rest of your day, and See you guys soon.